All right, let's see if I can squeeze in here somehow. Let me see when we go live. Make sure everything's looking good. Yeah. Awesome. What is going on, everybody? Get this pulled up. Nice. All righty. Let's see. Fix that. We're looking good. There we go. There it is. Oh, man, I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in forever. What's going on, Andy? Grant, hello. You guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in. What's going on? Hello from Scott. Hello, sir. How are you? Stay awesome, dude. All I can do. That's all I can do. Big dog status right here from Cali. Hey, man. Thank you for tuning in as always. Mark Curtis, hello to you as well, sir. What is going on, guys? You would think that I've been gone for so long. Hey, you're that guy all over the internet recently, man. Let me tell you something. No, surely not. Not me. What's going on, Liberty Seeker? Mostly on Backpage. I don't know what Backpage is. Seems inappropriate. Yeah, you guys would think that after 3 weeks I'd have a plan for this one. And you'd be right. No. Hey, man, I feel like I just saw you like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was inappropriate. Let's see. Yeah, Higher X. I got to hang out with you for a few days a few weeks ago. I got some Blantons for you guys, dude. Don't waste it on me. I won't appreciate it. I just like whiskey, you know? Yeah, man. So, dude, I have been off of the live stream for 3 weeks now. Let's see. So that means I've roughly been on the road for 3 weeks straight. What's something you learned on your trip that sticks out the most? That's a good question, Mark. Absolutely. I will for sure get to that. Gary Farron, hello, sir. Good to see you, man. Just got home from an Oklahoma trip. Got to see some alumni homies, shoot machine guns, and hang out with family. Is that Oklahoma thing? Man, I ran into a few guys at the Combat Art Training Summit up there in Kentucky who was talking about, they were all talking about this Wolverine thing that Jay came out and taught some and Calvin did some. And I'm like, I didn't want to teach. I want to come and hang out, but I was probably on the road. What's up, Jason? Hello. I was wondering where you were at. Yeah, I thought you got another flat tire and just decided to stay there. Any California classes? There's no California classes yet, though. I have a dude who reached out to me, who I can't remember if it was in California or what, but yeah, I mean, not yet, but there might be someone out there who's willing to host us. So again, I'm not above going to California. I'm heading up to New Jersey. Coming, when is that? That's either April or May of next year. Who needs it? Who needs it more than those guys out there who, you know, have a hard time getting the training and stuff like that? Settle for Tucson then. I do plan on coming back to Tucson for sure. I think 2026 will be the year for Tucson. We haven't worked out our like out west travel, but I'd love to get back out to Kuna because this year was the first year that we've missed Kuna in a few years. And so I'd love to get back out to Kuna. And if I'm going to Kuna, I might as well stop in Arizona. So we'll see if we can't get something worked out there for sure. Everyone go hit that like button. Thank you for doing my job for me. Yeah, guys, go hit that like button. So Mark asked what Ben don't answer. I know. We're going to have to find somebody else. Mark asked something that I learned on your trip that sticks out the most. And I don't have anything in particular, but you know, I had the chance to go down. So we went to Texas, we went to Florida, and then I bounced up to Kentucky for the Combat Art Training Summit. And for the Texas and Florida trips, it was me, Tim, and Frank. And so I had a lot of hours in the truck with Frank, a lot of hours in the hotel room with Frank, and just going back and forth with him man, there was it was a lot of fun, a lot of good discussions and stuff like that. And the thing I learned is I learned a whole lot of stuff. I don't I always hesitate to share what me and him talk about because I don't know what he wants me to what he wants me to say that he said and stuff like that. So, but I learned a lot from Frank. We had a good time, and it was a blast. Now, to not give you such a cop out answer, do I have anything? I learned that I hate spare tires being stored underneath the truck. That's bullshit. That's bullshit, and I don't know why they decided that's the way to go, but fuck that. I just want to open it up and unscrew a thing and pull it out. Not have to fiddle with a crank and wedge and find the fucking the jack that came with the truck and stuff like that. So that was my big lesson learned. No, up at the Combat Art Training Summit though, I did learn a lot. Sonny did a lot of presentations up there, and then Lewis was there, DeWalt was there, and so listening to those guys who have trained with Sonny a whole bunch, I have not trained with Sonny. But when it came to the movement that they were talking about, that was a big eye opener for me. I really liked it. So that was probably my biggest thing. Sonny also did a really good job talking about some low light stuff. I think that he had a lot of good points there. So I got a little bit of information from the whole trip. I learned that Tim is not allowed. I am not allowed to go to a Waffle House with Tim because every time that we've been to a Waffle House, they fuck up my order, and they, it's dumb. So no more Waffle House with Tim. Let's see, who did I miss? So we did that. Haven't met Frank, but heard a lot about him. Yeah, if you, hey, you should come hang out in that contractor class in 2027 because Frank will be there. If you haven't had a chance to just sit down and just talk with Frank, it's a good time for sure. Very, very knowledgeable. Lots of experience. Yeah. Let's see, John Kruger, what's going on, man? Spare tire, try parking a 55-foot boat. Man, I'll tell you what, I might just prefer parking that boat instead of dealing with getting that fucking spare out from underneath that truck. Blame Tim. Copy, no American Hibachi. Don't do it. Don't do it. Especially if you want something on your waffles. Tim eats a plain waffle. We went to Waffle House 2 times. Both times I asked for a peanut butter waffle. One time Tim said, hey, bring my waffle out after I'm done eating. I want it to be warm. I said, bring it all out. Whatever. No big deal. So that time they bring Tim his food. They bring my food with a plain waffle. And I was like, they just forgot the peanut butter cups. I'm not gonna, freak out about this. So I just ate the waffle. Then they bring Tim his waffle and it's got my fucking peanut butter on it. And that's not cool. Tim was mad. I was mad. So then we, shot the place. No, we did our thing. So then we went to another Waffle House on the way down there, and same thing, peanut butter waffle. He ordered a plain waffle. I followed his lead. I said, bring mine out when you bring his out. And they brought out 2 waffles. They handed me the plain one. They gave Tim the other one. And then we swapped waffles, and they gave me a pecan waffle instead of a peanut butter waffle. And I said, Tim, I don't know how you're doing this, but you fucked it all up, man. So there we go. There's the whole Waffle House saga. Let's see. I thought you were going to say he hits on all the waitresses. That too. But you can't go out to eat with Tim and not be okay with him doing that. Like, it's going to happen. 2026, I'm on the list. No, sir. That SUT class is 2027. Yeah. That SUT class is 2027. The 2026 class that Charles asked for was an advanced 3-gun combo before alumni weekend. So that's on there. And then, hey, if you guys haven't looked at the schedule in a little while, speaking of classes, something that we don't offer very often, but is on the schedule now, is advanced immediate action medical. And that's going to be right after this coming up year's alumni weekend. So if you guys are interested in that and you're already going to be in town, boom. Good chance for that. Hello, Adam. There's someone that I feel like I haven't talked to in forever. I'm surprised I didn't see you at the summit this weekend. How did they fuck up a waffle? I already told you. Yep. Contractor in 2027. See you in Camden. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, this contractor class coming up in 2027. Now, we've had a bunch of people. We've had about 20 people sign up for it. They have put deposits down. If all 20 people show up for class, that will be a hell of a contractor class. I mean, it's going to be a blast. The last contractor class we taught had about 16 people in it, I think, right around there. It was in the teens, and all I heard about was how much fun the guys had. We rented them a cabin out there on Nathan Bedford that slept like 60 people. So everybody had plenty of room, plenty of showers. There was a common like kitchen area and a big old common area. So everybody got to hang out and just have a good time. So I know it's a long lead up to it, but be thinking about it. Going to Taprack Ridge for Dawn and Tim's shotgun class in a week or so. Going up there, this was my first time going to Taprack Ridge, was for the summit. I had a really good time. I already told Rob before I went up there that I was doing some corporate espionage. I really like the sign up setup they have there. So kind of got the brain juices flowing. I have some ideas for the rifle range. Our first order of business for got to switch viewing locations. BRB. Yeah, no worries. So first order of business for the range is getting a classroom out there. Like bottom line, we've got to get a classroom out there. We got to starting the classes there and start consolidating things on the range, right? Then after that would be things like all of those bunk houses they have out there. The shade that they have set up on the range for, I'd like to get something like that for the rifle range. So I was picking Rob's brain and ready to go. Tim orders margaritas. Yeah, but listen, I don't judge people for what they order to drink, man. You get what tastes good. Yeah, I was up in Cuna. We were starting class. September in the morning in Cuna can be a little chilly. And so anyway, someone brought up, we were all sitting around outside while the lecture was playing in the classroom. So someone brought up like hot chocolate or something like that. And I was like, oh man, I could go for some hot chocolate. And everybody started picking on me. And I was like, fuck you. Like, sorry that I like my drinks to taste good. Like, I don't have to suffer through black coffee whenever I want something hot to drink. I'm a grown-ass man. I'll drink all the hot chocolate I want. Let's see. Swapped waffles with Tim just sounds way worse than it is. Yes, it does sound worse. I'll have to figure out a new way of saying it. Adam really hates that he couldn't make it last weekend. Dude, it was a blast. It was a very good time. Andrew did a good job putting all this together, especially with some of the last minute like shuffling that he had to do. But it was great. Good group of students. It was a pretty good turnout for the first one. I really hope that the next one, I don't want to make any promises for him, but we went back and forth about maybe hosting the next one down here. No promises at all. I just told him that I would be open to it if he wanted to. And it was a good time. And yeah, I would hope that the next one has an even bigger turnout. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it was like a more, I don't want to say it was more aggressive isn't the right word, but it was more of a, more, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It was very similar to Alumni Weekend, Alumni Weekend is very chill and laid back. But this was like hey, like you've got 4-hour blocks. You're gonna be here or here or here or here, and you're gonna do the thing when the thing is happening and yada yada yada. So, but a lot of valuable information. The fight's still unavailable, unfortunately. Yes. But as soon as we have a classroom at the range, I'll start teaching the fight outside if I have to. I just need somewhere for people to relax or decompress after each scenario. Jose Rivera, what's going on, man? Finally, after 12 weeks in a row, I finally caught the live show live. Well, Edward, man, glad you could make it. So you didn't miss too much. I was gone for 3 weeks, so, Black coffee does taste good. It does when it's made right, you know? Like I drink my coffee black most of the time. Sometimes I'll add a little creamer and sugar and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, when I want a hot chocolate, I'll drink a hot chocolate, dog. Let's see if any NRA members that have not signed Isaac's petition to get on the ballot, please do so. Yes, he made a post about that. I'm sure most of you guys have seen it if you're on the Facebook alumni page. But he is short like 50 signatures. If you haven't signed it yet, like, make it happen. Like, do the dang thing. It would help him out a whole lot. It would help us out a whole lot. I know you guys have seen Isaac on the channel and on the live streams before, but the example I always give is he was the one who brought it to the NRA's attention when all that simunition stuff was going on. Like, they had their meeting and no one brought it up, and he was like, "Hey, like, what are we going to do about this force on force round ban that's going on?" He was the one who brought it up. Is there a link to the petition? If anybody has access to the link, let's see. Scott says he's going to crash out. Damn, I was going to count on him. Been traveling all day. That's okay. If anyone has that link handy, feel free to drop it in the chat. Yeah, I don't have it available right now, but feel free to throw it in there. If you're not, so Willie, if you're not on the Facebook alumni group, you probably aren't, because I don't think you've trained with us yet, right? You're just a good dude who likes to hang out. Someone get it on there. And if you don't, then I will at the end of this. Before the end of this, remind me if no one else posts it. It was more focused. Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. Yeah. Hello to all. Here's to the 9s and 1s. That's from Heraclitus right there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Kyle Boer, what's going on? What's going on, man? I'm taking the NRA pistol class at the end of the month. Nice. Very cool. Are you doing just the basic pistol, or are you leading that into the instructor? Because if I was going to do one, I would go ahead and do the other. Because you got to have the basic pistol to do their pistol instructor thing. So I would go ahead and knock both those out if you can. If you want to do the fight, go to Chicago. Well, speaking of the fight, if you had to fly to Camden, you'd have to fly anywhere, right? So when we were down in Florida, we used a different range. It was a very nice facility, good group of dudes there. And so long story short, they have a shoot house area. Now, they're not necessarily open to the simunitions because they don't want to mess up their little shoot house thing they have, because the walls they use are like, like a plastic kind of thing, like plastic over foam pretty much, but they're movable, collapsible, all that stuff. So anyway, long story short, they gave me the information to another dude who might be open to hosting us down there. So we might have the fight in Florida come next year. Hopefully we have it happening in Camden before then, but like absolute worst case scenario, you'll have somewhere to go to take it. Curious potential California training is NorCal or SoCal. I'm not 100%. I would have to go back and look at that email that guy sent. Hopefully in PA next year. Yes, I know. I was just talking with Mike at the Combat Art Training Summit. He, I don't know. He long story short, he's just waiting to confirm with the range owners that we are locked in for those days. I'll shoot him a text after the live stream, just as a reminder to try to follow up on that. But it will be right before, if the dates are locked in, if we get the dates that I want, it'll be the weekend right before the New Jersey shotgun classes, just so we can knock all that out in one trip. Instructor next for sure. Yeah, awesome. Are you guys going to be at SRF next weekend? I believe I will be teaching, but I think Heather might be there. I'm not 100% though. I think she said something about what's the lady who runs it? Nicole Sauce. I think she said something about Nicole talking to her and stuff like that. So let's see. Next weekend, yes, I'll be teaching, so I will not be available, but someone will probably be there. What's up, Fabio? Hello, sir. What's with the XP thing? And I guess no more members. I watched the replays. It's just better live. Okay, awesome. Yeah, it is. It is more fun live. So the XP thing is something weird that YouTube started doing. I think they're trying to be more like Twitch. They want to give the people in the chat room a reason to chat and stuff like that. So basically, the more comments you make, the more you add to the chat, you get points, and then you get those little crowns next to you and stuff like that. And then as far as no more members go, yes, unfortunately, we got the channel back. Like we never lost the channel, but we did get a strike. So, we couldn't upload or anything like that. Then they were demolishing our library. They were just deleting videos left and right. Again, I know I said this last time. I have not had any issues out of that. Turns out it was the descriptions. So with all that being said, we still can't get monetized. So until we're able to be monetized, there won't be a membership anymore. But hopefully we can get that sorted out soon too. So excited for the class in November, dude. That class in November, man. If it's the same fighting, is it the fighting pistol? It's in the middle of the month. Is that the 15th, 16th? Let's see. Which one is it? No. Oh, we've got a couple of fighting pistols just back to back. That one in November is doing good. Liber TV is the membership. That's a fair point. Yeah. So speaking of Liber TV, guys, if you're not a member of Liber TV, 22nd and 23rd. Okay. So if you're not a member of Liber TV, you should fix that. I know we haven't uploaded on there in a while, but we are going to start uploading there again soon. Dakota was needing some login information. I know before I left, we were kind of getting that worked out. Hopefully, now that I'm back, we can get that finished before I head up to Kentucky again. But with that being said, Andrew over at Combat Art Training has offered to upload his pistol cheat codes and rifle cheat codes. And I think rifle cheat codes is up there right now. And if you're a member, you get access to it, so on and so forth. And then before next live stream, so before next Wednesday, I'll have the other one uploaded. So you'll get access to both of those things, $10 a month. If you haven't been a member, $10 will also get you access to all of our DVDs, including ones that we never released physically. So things like I believe we have a fighting shotgun DVD on there. I know there's a vehicle tactics one on there, things like that. And then, of course, all of the other membership videos. James's that trip that he did to Ukraine before he passed. We have a bunch of stuff from Andy Stanford from way back in the day on there, back when Ops was a thing. So I think there's a lot of value on there, even if you just keep it long enough to watch the videos and then you can bounce. Listen, I'm not here to try to milk $10 out of you every month, but there is valuable information on there. Shooting Missology, holy shit. If you teach people how to shoot every once in a while, you need to watch Shooting Missology. It's very, very good if you're trying to teach people how to shoot. That by itself is worth the $10. Just sign up, watch the video, cancel. Like, that's it. You know? Swapping Waffles with Tim sounds way dirtier than the back page. It does. It does. I regret my choice of words now. I really, really do. So 22 and 23A. So taking a quick look at that one. There it is. That's the one that's got a bunch of signups for it. That's going to be a very good class. I'm super excited for that. Man, we've got like, oh, that's a fighting rifle. I was about to say we've got like 4 fighting pistols in November. That's the ticket. Liber TV to stick it to the man. Yeah, I mean, that is the reason why James developed Liber TV. You know, he just didn't want to have everything be removed all at once again, because he lost his channel that one time. All right, so you guys feel free to shoot some questions. Piru Ranch in California, they have 1,000-yard range and 1,000 acres to train. I definitely don't need 1,000 yards, but okay, I'll reach out to him. Let's see, Fabio, you did send an email about this, man. Apologies for you sent an email about this. I will try to get that worked out for you. Yeah, hopefully. Let's see, I'm home for 2 weeks before I leave again. So before this 2 weeks is over, we'll get it done. Is it possible to get the numbered targets on the website? Unfortunately, the targets are just a little bit of a hassle to ship. Shoot me an email. We might be able to work something out. Otherwise, I sell them to people all the time when they show up for a class. So, you know, just come to Camden for a class, and then you can buy the targets while you're here. Who can I reach out to for joining the alumni group on Facebook? So the way joining the alumni group works is if you have a friend who is a member of the group, you can absolutely ask them to add you. If you do not have a friend who is a member of the group, shoot me a friend request, and I will add you. I'll have to add you as a friend, and then I will add you to the group. So that's the long and short of it. There are a lot of James's old videos that I can't find. Was trying to find the one about pistol reloads last night on LiberTV, because if it's not, I got my tactical response target from Fighting Rifle. Nice. So if it's not on LiberTV, then there's something going on. So that is not that. I will look into that for sure, because I remember one of the things before I started doing administrative work that I was paid to do was to copy everything from YouTube to Vimeo for LiberTV. Yeah, even on LiberTV. Okay, I should make a note because I will forget. This is why I started bringing this laptop, man. How did I go so long without using this during the live streams? Let me get my Google Docs pulled up over here. All right, notes. What was the name of that video you were wanting? Let me check that again. Pistol reloads. Nice. Look for. Got it. Yeah, I'll look into that. Make sure that it's still on Vimeo, and if it's not, I can probably fix it. Is there a video channel? What do you mean? Vimeo channel. Damn, autocorrect. Sorry. Everything's on Vimeo. I don't know if we have that listed as public. We only use Vimeo as a hosting, pretty much, and then we embed the videos from Vimeo onto LiberTV. So I don't know if the channel is public. You can look. I mean, if you type in James Yeager or Tactical Response, it might pop up on there. Hello, man, Gary Matson, another one that I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. What's going on, dude? We were talking a bunch about you up there at the summit for a little while. We had a very good time. Someone else brought you up. What was it? Oh, Rob was saying that you were thinking about signing up for the pistol class up there in Kentucky, but I know you're signed up for one down here in Camden in November. So I think, yeah, it's always the same thing. It's always someone starts talking about shooting fast and stuff like that, and then we're like, damn, Garrett can shoot. Though Andrew, man, I mean, like Andrew's a damn good shot, man. I was watching him do a lot of the demos and stuff like that, and it's like, fuck, I gotta practice. Jesus, you can't get complacent. So we went down to Texas. We taught fighting pistol and advanced fighting pistol. The two classes, like the two groups of classes, could not have been more different. If you've ever been to our bash strip classes, you know we're there at our host pretty much in his backyard. No one there to bother us. It's a pretty much a private range, right? So like boom. It's like no problem. We do whatever we got to do. The only downside of the Texas classes was the fucking tire going flat. So then we go down to Florida. We teach the same classes, pistol and advanced pistol, and we're in this indoor range. It's loud as fuck. Concussion and they had a pretty good ventilation system, but you still walked out of there each day smelling, like cordite and stuff. So anyway, whenever we were doing some of the drills, allegedly, when we were doing some of the drills in advanced, I just had to make sure that I stood by the door to where no one could see through that little window that they have there, so we didn't freak anybody so we didn't freak anybody out. I just remember being like, all right, Tim, we're going to do this drill. Do it. Go. Make it happen now. Quick. You're there for red dot instructor class with Dawn, then with you for fighting pistol and advanced. Hell yeah. Awesome. Do you like ramjets on Glocks? I don't even know what a ramjet is. I don't even know what a ramjet is. So probably I'm going to go with a no. But what? Oh, damn. Ramjet for Glock. What is that? What is it? This sounds crazy. Now, what just popped up for me is a afterburner plus ramjet. So which part is the ramjet? Micro compensator and ported pistol barrel. So if the ramjet is the ported pistol barrel, then I will say absolutely not. You should not, especially not in that combo. I'm not a fan of ported barrels. I guess by themselves they're not terrible. Okay, so it's the compensator. So I guess by themselves, it's not terrible. But where people run into problems is if they have a ported barrel and a cut slide, right? When you shoot retention and that slide is underneath your face, we've had one student in class where a piece of the jacket came up and gave him not a crazy cut, but it gave him a cut. The thing that worries me about this is that it went across his eye pro and it scratched up his eye pro. So it's like if he wasn't wearing his glasses when he got into his gunfight shooting from retention, could have caused damage to his eye. That doesn't do you any favors in your gunfight, right? So I'm not a fan of those two things together. But the ramjet is okay, but not necessary. Yeah, excellent. It looks like Vimeo has some stuff of James's I've never seen before, but it looks like all the stuff on Liberty TV is private. Okay. Yeah, I'm not 100% on how that Vimeo stuff is set up. So, I mean, that's another option. I mean, it's already there. So, glad that you were able to find it at least. So, anyway, no, I would say no. In fact, I'll tell you, I don't think my friend watches the live stream. Maybe he does. If he does, sorry, Thomas. So anyway, I had my buddy text me while I was on the road, and he said, "Hey," and you know, I don't know a lot, and he knows less than I do for the most part when it comes to the gun stuff, and specifically gear. So he texted me. He said, "Hey, is buying a comp like buying a silencer?" And I said, "No, you can just buy a comp." And he said, "Hey, well, the reason why I'm asking is I'm thinking about buying this new pistol, and I'm thinking about buying a comp for it and a new barrel. And I don't know why it was bothering me. He hasn't taken fighting pistol with us yet. You know, he knows the offer stands. Show up with some ammo. You can jump into any of the fighting pistol classes. I harass him about it all the time. So he hasn't taken a class with us yet, but he's bought like 6 guns, and I don't know why. I don't know why it bothered me so bad that night. But I was just like, you motherfucker, like, do not buy another piece of gear. Do not buy another gun. Do not talk about buying a fucking comp and new barrel for a gun you haven't even shot yet before you take a goddamn class, you know? Oh, dude, I sent him like a 7 text, you know? And anyway, long story short, he got the gun. So anyway, he didn't listen to me. Though I did talk him into going out to the range. I'm just to the point of where I'm like, dude, you're gonna have like, I'm gonna trick him to come to the range, and we're just gonna do a 1-day fighting pistol class out there. I don't know. And then I'm gonna make him pay me $600. It doesn't make you shoot any faster, in my opinion. Plus, the recoil is different. Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, I think we all know that like compensators aren't necessary. I just have a hard time talking about them because I've never given them the due diligence, right? So my gut reaction is like, no, like No, like, why? You know, um, one day fighting pistol class, I'm down. I'll shoot you the dates. I just can't tell him you're coming because then he won't show up. Um, so it's one of those situations where he's like, I don't want to shoot in front of people I don't know. I shouldn't. I shouldn't. He's gonna be so mad. Thomas, please don't watch the live streams. I'm hoping he doesn't watch the live streams. Did you tell him I could teach him to shoot a pistol without all that? Yes, I did. Absolutely, I did. I promise. He's he's getting into it though. That's the thing. That's like at the very least he's getting into it. It's a slow journey. I didn't have to go through the journey that a lot of you guys have a relatable story. From what I can tell, I didn't go through it because James Yeager was my father-in-law. And so he was like, boom, here you go. This is the answer. And then if you said, well, what about? He said, no, this is the answer. Like, I've already given it to you. Don't worry about any of that other stuff. So I just was like pipeline directly to the end of it, of where you're like, all guns should be Glocks and all Glocks should be 19s, right? And anyway, oh, sorry, crinkling that right in there. But anyway, he is going through that process. I'm not intimidating enough, I guess, compared to James to make him just, he does have a Glock 19, so at least he's got that going for him. Yeah, no. I figured you weren't. I figured you weren't asking like or thinking that it was necessary or anything like that. Big dog status. Just kind of discussing it, kind of getting the thoughts out there. It's one of those things that, when you guys ask questions, I try to, I'm a big devil's advocate kind of thing. So it's like, I don't know, like I don't want to shit on anybody who went out and bought a comp, because some people swear by them. I'm not a fan of it, man. But I haven't given it its due diligence either. So anyway, what was I doing around the barrels that made you ask me if I trained with John Lovell? I cannot remember for the life of me. So you were shooting, it was cover and concealment. And so from what I've heard, I can't remember who told me this, so this could be wrong, but I have heard that Lovell, when he's teaching cover and concealment, he teaches, instead of where we tell you to kind of like scooch and lean, find a sliver of the bad guy, shoot that first, then lean out further and get those heart shots. I was told that Lovell teaches to just boom, like when you decide to come out from cover quickly, do what you got to do quickly. And if you need to get back behind cover, get back behind cover quickly, right? So, and you were doing that. So I was just curious if you had trained with Lovell. That's what prompted me to ask you. Garrett show up and tell him this is your first time shooting. Do it. That would be a very good. I'd love it. Link for Isaac's petition. I'll see if I can't get that pulled up on here. What is your carry gun? My carry gun is a Glock 17. I do have a Holosun, and I still have the 507 on it. I do want to get their EPS carry or some kind of enclosed emitter, whatever new enclosed emitter they have, because it's been forever since since the EPS carry came out. So they probably have a better one now. But yeah, that's it. I used to have a light on it. Then I shot my light off of so I took it off my 17 and put it on my 19 because I was wanting to get some practice, get some reps in with my big dots again because I hadn't shot on in a while. And I didn't realize that the 300 didn't click into place on the 19. And when I started shooting, it shot off. So now I'm 17, red dot, ready to go. Let's see, I've had Glock 19s for years because of James, but I have been liking the Glock 45 a lot lately. I don't know if I've had a student bring a 45 through class. So, I liked 19s. Of course I still like 19s, but that's what I carried for a very long time until one day, I mean, I can't remember what prompted it, but James and I were going through his safe, and he handed me a Glock 17, and I was like, oh, like what Glock is this, And he's like, oh, that's the 17, and I just remember it's like eye-opening. I was like, oh my gosh, like this fits my hand. This is so much more comfortable, And he was like, well, here, fuck it, take it, Anyway, then I made the switch. Was shooting with Smith & Wesson rep today. All the M&P models, mini comp guns and non-comp, steel frame and polymer. Like the polymer non-comp ones the best. Just because it feels like home. Is that what that is? Just because that's what you're used to? Because you're scared of change, old man? I remember finally clicking on 1911 suck after being arrogant for a few days and after the video thinking, fuck, those are some good points. Dude, it's funny that, I don't know, man, like there's so many of these things that I hear from students about, like, oh, I remember when I watched this video by James and I was like, at first I didn't like him or thought he was being dumb. And then by the end of the video, I was like, holy shit, maybe I want to train with this guy. You know, I kind of missed out on it. Does Willis allow people to stop by his shop during the week? I have a bunch of time that Friday to kill before checking into the team room. John is, as far as I'm aware, okay with people stopping by. He doesn't want you to lollygag. You know, he doesn't want you to distract him from his work, because if you guys know John, you know that he's always going 90-0. But if you want to stop in, pick up something, take a look around, feel free to do so. Just don't lollygag. And if he gets mad at you, don't tell him I said it was okay. You can tell him I said it was okay, because then he'll be mad at me. You can be like, Joey said specifically that you would be okay with me talking to you about whatever you were trying to talk to him about. Let's see. No. Garrett, you're all right. The Koa is my favorite dot now. Only got about 200 rounds through it, but I'm really liking it. Speaking of dots, man, I have been shooting this dot now for a little while. I'm getting more used to it. I'm tracking it better. I felt pretty good. So not saying that I don't still like the circle more. There are times where I'm like, oh, this would have been easier with the circle, but I also just haven't put as much reps in it yet either. But just giving you guys a little update. I had the gold Glock last November in fighting pistol. It was a 45. Jonathan Webb, whew, you are expecting a lot from me to think that I will remember from almost a year ago. Though vaguely, the gold Glock does ring a bell. Vaguely. But I didn't shoot it, right? Or did I shoot it? I don't know. Couldn't have been that cool if I shot it and I forgot. Tim called you gay. Okay, yeah, you know how little that narrows the list. If you were a 19 guy and you like the 17, you really need to try the 45. It's a 19 slide with a full-size grip. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. Jonathan Webb loves that 45. Glocks are so bad, Johnny Glocks had to make a trigger that has the feel of 1911. Let's see. It is my opinion that he can't shoot a Glock trigger. He just can't shoot. One of my favorite memories. That's funny. Dude, hey, listen, to each their own. I like a Glock. I'll shoot the hell out of a Glock all day, every day, but that's what I learned on. Fucking Lewis hates shooting a Glock. He can still shoot one, but that's why he's a M&P guy. Let's see. Or you guys could just fight. Paper, rock, scissors right now. All right, so I was looking for that link. You guys keep making comments and stuff like that while I do this. So I'll try to ramble a little bit. So I'm going to get the alumni group pulled up real quick, see if I can't find that post that Isaac made. Oh, shit, it's literally right there. I had already clicked a button. Boo. Boo. Now I bet if I hit the back button, that post won't pop up where it was. Nope. Some bullshit. Maybe if I just look for Isaac. Sorry, guys. I don't use Facebook. Green Line. I saw that in Green Line alumni. Okay, here we go. There we go. Getting this. Which links? Is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the petition? You will need, there it is, sign my petition. You will need your NRA member thingy number to vote. So keep that in mind, guys. I'm about to post the link up in here. There's the link. Let me see. I'm going to pin it to the top, so if it moves on you right when you went to go to click it, apologies. It probably stays in the same place as well as just getting pinned up there. Awesome. Hey, what's up, Max? It was good to see you, dude. Sorry I had to bomb out so quick. I didn't have a chance to say bye to anybody other than Lewis and Andrew. Yeah. So let's see. Jeffrey and Tim in Texas was a wild combo, dude. So there's something we can talk about. This was a really cool. This was a really cool thing. So Jeffrey was a student in the Bastrop classes, and he showed up for fighting pistol. He had not had any previous commercial training, and I mean was doing a very good job in fighting pistol for it being his first class. Like he was crushing it, you know. So anyways, of course, whenever you're doing pistol and advanced back to back, that everybody starts to hang out. They kind of, the camaraderie forms. So people start saying like, hey, you should stay, yada, yada, yada. And I absolutely love it when we have a student who had no intention of staying for advanced fighting pistol or for like another, whatever it is, pistol into rifle, pistol into shotgun, whatever. Absolutely love it whenever at the end of day 2 they decide to bite the bullet and jump into the class. Now, that not even from the monetary side of things, even though that did help. Who was the other guy? There was one other student who stayed for advanced. I can't remember, but but I had to replace 2 tires on that big black Dodge. Came out to right around $1,000. And those 2 signups, I was like, they have no idea, but they just they paid for my tires. Otherwise, I'd be stranded out here in Texas. All my road money going to tires. It was awesome to hang out some. It was, man. I had a really good time, dude. It was a blast. I wish I could have finished out Sunday, but it is what it is. Yeah, good group of people showed up. That's for sure. I do want to get an HKVP 9K to try. That's another one that I don't know, man. I'm terrible with gun models, and pretty good place to get stranded. Yeah, not bad. Oh, and HireX brought up. I think he brought up Lawrence as well. Lawrence has been through pistol and advanced pistol, but yeah, you can tell that he's been practicing a lot of. That's another thing. I've talked about it before. Whenever we do these road classes, the other thing that makes me feel super good and happy is when I see these repeat students and I can see improvement from the last time I was there, right? Like if I show up year after year and you don't look like you've practiced a bit, that breaks my heart. It makes me so sad. It makes me so sad on the inside. But when I show back up and you're crushing it, your draw looks smoother, your group looks better, you're shooting faster, you're fucking doing the thing. Ah, dude, I get so happy. As Tim would say, you're giving me a chubby right now. Jeffrey's awesome, Lawrence too. Yep, everybody was squared away. Absolutely. We were very fortunate. We're always fortunate. I talk to people about this all the time, about like we just have a good group of students. Of course, 99% of our like repeat students are like squared away, excellent students. But I mean, even all of the first time students we get, like they're so like just here to learn, open-minded, ready to get things done. So it was a blast. Alfred had a great class in Bastrop. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Man, I'll tell you what else I enjoyed in Bastrop. Like months leading up to this road trip, I was craving Thai food, and we found a pretty good Thai restaurant right down the road from the hotel. It hit the spot. That's all I'm saying. Not that you guys, not that you guys care, but I was craving some Thai food, and I got some. Nothing feels better than having 5 certificates from you guys. Well, I appreciate the kind words, sir. Sweet mother, dude. Sweet mother indeed. Though, not to close this out bashing Tim, but so we're getting ready to leave Florida, and it's our last night there. So we're talking about dinner. And I said, hey, Tim, you do the thing. Like, pick out a good restaurant, because earlier in the week, our first night there, he picked out this really nice restaurant, like It was a Cajun place, and it was fucking great. They had some shrimp and grits, delicious. And so anyway, I was like, "Hey Tim, like you picked the place. You did a good job last time. Let's see what happens." And he took us to this fish camp. Man, it was a dive. It was a dive of a restaurant. And you know what? Shrimp was still good, so I guess I can't complain too much. But it almost felt like one of those moments, like when you watch like an old Western, when you walk through the door, all the dudes are at the bar and they just turn and look at the new guy and it gets real quiet. Almost felt like that kind of situation. I say, like when you're watching an old Western, as if I've ever watched a Western in my life. Let's see. So everybody who's still here, if you have not clicked on that link that's posted in here to fill out that petition, you should fix that. Go ahead and make it happen, guys. He's 50 signatures away. Alfred, are you the tall guy with the crazy beard? Oh yeah, dude, I'm terrible with names. I can't remember. But yeah, Alfred, whoever that dude is with the beard, he was. If that's you, Alfred, I hope you got that sorted out. Long red beard, about 5'8". Okay, not the same one, or maybe it was. Anyway, so if it's you, Alfred, your beard was getting caught in your jaw. I only made fun of you a lot. If that was you, no, okay, nope, yep, different, not you. Your scenario starts now. Walking into, dude, it almost just about like, luckily Tim and Frank were there to, hold things down. My friend in Tampa has a place that has the best smoked Cuban sandwich. I wish I could bring you guys one. I wish you could too, because here's my other complaint about Tim. Just go ahead and add it to the list. Since these classes have been scheduled, since we knew we were going to Florida last year, I have told Tim, "Hey man, you better get ready to get me a Cuban sandwich." All I ever hear about is how good Cuban sandwiches are, like how you know all the best spots, so on and so forth. We were in Florida for 6 days, and he did not take me to get a Cuban sandwich. He did on one morning go and get a Cuban sandwich. It was Friday, the day before class. And you know what we do every Friday before a road class? We go to the range and we make sure everything's squared away. We say hi to the dudes. We set up targets if we can, kind of get a feel for the place, so on and so forth. Tim says, "Hey, I'm going to go get a Cuban at 11. I said, "Tim, we're going to the range at 11. Tim drove separately. And so, of course, because he's semi-retired, he was like, "Well, you guys go to the range. I'm going to go get me a Cuban. You can come with me if you want. I'll come up there after I'm done eating." And I was like, "Tim, come on, man. Like, I want a Cuban. Let's take care of work first, then we can go play." And he's like, "Nah, no, come on. Ain't got time." I probably will not forgive him for that. It will be brought up often, frequently, all the time. Tim made it clear he is not going to New Jersey for shotgun. But he has to. I mean, that's the thing, is at the end of the day, he's gotta. He just has to. He's specifically been requested. Specifically. Like Rocco, not the Rocco who's in the live stream sometimes, like the other Rocco from Jersey, was like, "Hey man, like, all these, like, I've got a few people up here I've already told about Tim. They're stoked to meet him, so it's got to happen." Let's see. Hey Joey, which Holosun rifle optic did James like the most? So I can tell you what is on the rental AKs. The ones that are on the rentals are really old. So when those came out, he did like them, but there's infinite number, they've reiterated and improved on the design. So I'm not 100% which one he liked the most before he passed, though I will say that I can't remember if we did a video on it or not. At this last NRA show, what was it called? I know I did a short about it, but I actually really liked what they were not announcing there, but they were pushing it there. I think it's called their Arrow, ARO. I believe that's it, but it's a very cheap option as long as the durability stays the same, because those old optics that are on the that are on those rental AKs have been through abuse. I mean, dude, I have done zero maintenance on those things, and you guys know how we treat our gear in the class and stuff like that. So they are holding strong. They're doing great. If that Arrow or whatever it was has that same level of durability, then I would be absolutely. I have no problem recommending it. So I'm not James, but there's my thing. Remember the Mexican restaurant you and Lewis ate at when you stopped by, Casa de Catass? You need to come back up sometime this winter. Sketchy on the outside, good on the inside. Yeah, dude. It was a very good yes, it was a very good restaurant, that's for sure. Is Tim the new Blue Falcon for that? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna have to message Thad and be like, hey, Tim has dethroned you. I couldn't believe it, man. Couldn't believe it. And then after that, though, I can't blame him too much, because then we went to this restaurant called Nitro, and we ate there like 2 or 3 nights in a row, it felt like, because it was so good. So it's like, if I hadn't decided to do that, maybe we would have found a Cuban somewhere in there. Is it the HS503C that's like an Aimpoint Micro? Yes, those are the ones that are on the rentals, I believe, if that's the old ones, the 503Cs. I believe that's it. Yeah. But like I said, those arrows, I think the arrows are the new version of that, or the more recent version. Arrow Evo. I can't remember the difference between the Arrow Evo and just the regular Arrow. And I could be remembering this all wrong. But anyway, that's where we're at, guys. So we got about 4 minutes left. If you guys have any last minute questions, feel free to shout them out. Otherwise, I'll start getting ready to wrap this bad boy up. I don't think it was the Evo. I don't think it was at least not the Arrow Evo that I was thinking of. It could be, though. Shit, I'll have to go back and look through our shorts. But anyway, yeah, I'll have to find it out. I'll look for it. Well, guys, it felt good to be back. Let's see, next week. What's next week? I'll be here next week. I will not be here on the 15th, because I'll be heading up to Kentucky again. After this Kentucky trip, I'm all the way done with road traveling until next year. Don't forget, oh shit, look there. Thank you. Let me just go ahead and add that to my notes. PIRU Ranch classes in California. Perfect. Thanks, man. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. It felt good to be back. Had a good time. Is the shotgun class in December still a big group of alumni? Absolutely. This shotgun class in December, guys, on the 4th and 5th, and then, of course, leading into the advanced shotgun that weekend, is looking good. The other thing is, sorry, last thing, it's going to be super quick, is the dates that are listed. If you're someone who's interested in the bug out this year, if you're interested in teaching, or you have an idea of what you would like to see at an event like this, go ahead and shoot me an email to info@tacticalresponse. And if you were planning on coming, we are going to change the dates. We're going to change the dates from the 26th through the 28th to the 2nd through the 4th. Because I did not realize whenever I scheduled it that was the day after Christmas. So keep that in mind. Yeah, the bug out thing is always fun. I'm trying to add a little bit of extra stuff to it this time. So I know Thurman Klingman has a thing planned. I talked with Sam Russell about teaching a block at it. So anyway, the bug out thing, probably going to be a good time this year. You should make it happen. That advanced shotgun needs to come to Tucson. We did that, didn't we? I could have sworn we did advanced it. Hit the like button. Anyway, trying to make plans for that. Awesome, guys. Thank you as always for tuning in. I'll see you next week. I'm going to get up carefully and not trip over my charger right here. And I'm going to press some buttons, guys. Remember, this is the way. This is the way. This is the way. Where's the button at? There it is. Press this button. Press that button.